Here at the University of Waterloo, there's a culture of students forcing themselves to constantly be working. And that's mainly because of the fact that we have co-op and internships to worry about, but also because there's a lot of Chinese. But the co-op forces us to balance design teams, clubs, and everything that comes with landing an internship, basically in the space of the 4 months that we're here at school. So what industries do the students want to get into? Surely, with the vast range of majors, even just within the engineering program, that everyone would want to go into their specialty that they chose when they applied to college. But nope, all roads actually lead to software development. Even in my major, systems design engineering, which is a major that you choose when you're like, I don't know what I want to do, and you're given all these career options to explore, basically everyone in my class chooses to do software. And I'm not innocent of this either. Like, I'm one of the sheep that's refreshing the simplified GitHub job page and forcing myself to watch those system design reels that I'm definitely not remembering. So that's why I decided to make this video where I do 24 hours of LeetCode straight. And if you don't know what LeetCode is, it's basically solving coding problems if it's sucked a lot. And basically, to get any big tech job, you'll need to solve a couple of these problems to even get in the door of an interview. So in my journey to become a hopefully hybrid desk jockey for a tech company, I have to start practicing. So the rules for this challenge are, I have to work for 24 hours straight with no long breaks, 3 p.m. to 3 p.m. Next, for every problem that I finish, I'll track it in a Notion table and then write a sticky note with notes on the implementation. And lastly, only eat foods with low nutritional value so I feel as bad as possible during the challenge. So before this challenge, I had only done 20-ish problems, and part of the reason why I wanted to do this challenge was to kind of get in the mindset of buckling down and setting my sights on like one goal. Because in the past year, I was kind of waffling around and unsure of where I wanted to go. But being very focused on one thing is hard because you might want to split your time and pursue your many interests, especially when trying to choose a career. I think it's a bit of an innate childish outlook, that feeling of I want to try everything and I want to make sure that I'm not missing out on the perfect career choice that I have no idea exists. But already you picked your major, which in and of itself narrows down your career choices a little bit, at least if you don't want to burn tens of thousands of dollars. And now, when picking internships, you have to specialize even further. And it's even easier to ask yourself the natural question, is this what I want to do for the rest of my life? So it's very tempting to want to try this experience or see if I like that. But for each thing that you want to try, the barrier to entry is so high. Like, gone are the days of just being a college student and being interested in a topic is enough to get you an entry-level internship position. But now, I'd say it's 4 months minimum, spending all my time preparing for a job description, just to spend a 4-month internship seeing if I like it. And in the meantime, there are people that are focusing on their one interest and exponentially setting themselves up for the future by rising above the other people in that field. So should you specialize early and just stick with your decision even if you don't love it? Or should you spend the time early on to find something you do love but fall behind in the process? Certainly, companies would love for you to do the former. Like, just on paper, someone that's really good at their job but hates it makes a company a lot more money than someone that's really inexperienced but loves it. And I think that's my main problem with things like LeetCode, where the companies are making you learn a basically untransferable skill to any other profession, and in this case, you're probably not even going to use those skills if you get the job at the company, just to make the bar higher and force you to spend months or years of your life preparing for the chance to work at their company. And I think this challenge really highlighted that when I asked myself, what did I gain from this experience? By the end of it, I completed 59 problems, but even now, I don't even feel close to being ready for a technical interview or even an online assessment. There's just so much information that you need to ingest and process and then be able to apply to problems you've never seen before. So around 12 hours into the challenge, I started asking myself questions like, why am I doing this? It's easy to come to a conclusion considering just the present. But as you step out, considering larger and larger time frames, the answer changes, right? It's dependent on the time frame you're catering towards. Like, for example, in 5 years, what do I wish I'd done? In 10 years? In my whole life, am I fulfilled that I spent a full day of my youth eating cup noodles and groveling at the whims of the big tech companies that are destroying the world, just for a job that an LLM can already do 10 times better than me? And I think experiencing the extremes of quote-unquote productive activities really raises the question of what makes an activity productive versus unproductive. For just an example, if I spent a full 24 hours sitting at my desk, just me and the blue light, is that more productive than if I went out and got dinner with friends, or went to the gym, or got a nice full night of sleep? Like, I think clearly not. So there's a line somewhere. The world is so large, and getting older as a college student means getting exposed to this huge range of opportunities, not only career-wise, but creatively and socially and all these things. People are complicated and have so many layers and fulfilling ways to spend their time. And choosing what you want to spend that precious time on is important. And it'll affect who you are in a week, a year, 10 years. You do have the power to nudge your life in the direction you want it to go. And the people you spend time with, the fulfilling projects that you work on, the hobbies that you do, they may not have a tangible effect, but they make up the very being of who you are. And isn't that worth your time as well? And after spending 24 hours of my life doing LeetCode, I can safely say it was not worth my time. Bye-bye.